pretty shitty for New York. Honestly, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting right now after this drift lower all night. And with it being OPEX. So, I have about 10 minutes to make a decision if I want to trade. Some evals or some funded accounts today. Might be a good idea, honestly, to trade some evals today. Nah, I told E8 I didn't want to stream with them. Told E8 that we're not really cool like that. No, I'm just joking. No, I just didn't want to stream with E8. So we're streaming with the squad here. And then at the end of this session, actually, let's just wait for more people to get in here before I say that. So I don't just keep repeating myself. What up, Nicholas? What up? Good morning, Trike Patrol. What is it? What's a trike? What's trike? Is that some type of joke that I'm not getting? Oh, three-wheel bike, a tricycle. It's GoonTube? Dang. Well, I wasn't gonna search it up, but now I'm definitely not gonna search it up. What a drop from 30,000. Just never pulled back. Took us 2 days to drop 1,500 points. Woo! What up, Choosy? And we're still drifting lower right now, so. Sheer Chudhari. How do you backtest, bro? Well, what you can do if you really want to backtest is you go into a platform that has replay mode, and then you just like trade the replay mode. That's how most people backtest. If you want to do more of like an actual backtest, then you have some type of mechanical strategy. You can try and download a bunch of data, write a script that will have the criteria for your mechanical entries and context or whatever. And then you can run an actual backtest, because that's actual backtesting. But the issue with that though is like, honestly, the best thing you could do is do walk forward testing. So it's better to just trade, honestly. Because what a lot of people do is they overfit on historical data, and then your historical data will look really good, and then you go try and implement it in current market conditions and it just doesn't perform the same. And especially you have to think about it like this, depending on how far back you backtest, like conditions change. And for certain strategies, volatility is a big factor in just a big factor in their trading. So if you go and you take like 10 years of data, okay, and we're taking data from 2016 and you're applying that into your backtest report, right? It's obviously not going to be, I mean, like, we have 700 point daily candles now, you know, so just keep that in mind. The best thing you can do, though, if you really want, if you trade normally and stuff, is in my opinion, is to just trade, collect data on your trades, and then refine the data, like manually. Walk forward testing. What up, Gianni? Are we in what gamma levels today? We're in a negative gamma profile with little to no positive gamma anywhere on the profile. We're currently sitting in discount of this current leg, but we're watching this to see. I mean, this is the 5-minute candle before the open. I'm going to be pretty careful today because it's OPEX, so like especially on the tape you'll probably see it be a little noisier. It's kind of like transactional, meaning that like if you use big trades you'll probably see big trades pop up and like random spikes of volatility. Doesn't mean we're gonna, it does not mean we're gonna chop. Can we chop? Of course, but what I'm more concerned about is the fact that we just dropped straight off of a cliff. It wasn't actually super violent. It was more like a slower drift lower all night, with certain areas that picked up speed. And then now it was pretty clean price action. So it makes me very suspicious about New York Open. So I think we're going to probably not even trade the fundeds today. I think that's probably the best idea. Not trade the fundeds. I got 2 evals that are halfway done I need to pass, and I bought 2 more evals with Funded Futures Network. May or may not trade those today. And then in the Discord, once I'm done trading and I end the stream on the YouTube, we are running a giveaway for 5 accounts. 5. Unfortunately, though, they're with a firm that we will never talk about again after today. Alpha Futures. I got robbed. But they did give us 5 accounts. So 25k 0 accounts. I'm going to give 5 of them away at the end of the stream. Ooh, look at that. At the end of the stream today. If you want to participate in that, you have to be in the Discord. You have to go to the announcements and you have to follow the rules. It's really not that difficult. There's like 27 people who clicked the emoji, and all you had to do was just send me your email that's associated with your alpha account. Guess how many people did it? Guess how many people did it? Out of 27. 4. So currently it's basically a giveaway with 4 people in it. So you got 25% chance, 25% chance of winning. It's pretty good actually right now. We can't win more than 1 account, so KYC still processing. Well, just send me your email, you know, I'll just send it to them if you win. So we'll give away 5 accounts today. And then after that, we're never talking about alpha. I'm never talking about alpha futures ever again. And we're going to talk about FFN. How do I get the giveaway? Yeah, Ronnie, so what you do is you join the Discord and you read the announcements. There's one in there for a giveaway. You just follow the rules for the giveaway. And then I'm going to get off stream on YouTube, and then at the very end, I'm just going to, on the Discord, run a wheel. I'm going to run a wheel 5 times, get 5 winners, and then go about our day. All right, market's about to open. If we just continue lower, we're probably coming down towards like 28,500, 28,450. I highly recommend that none of you guys just try and catch a reversal for the sole fact that you believe it's too low. I'll be very careful about that today. Alright, I'm gonna switch over to this eval. We're halfway done on it. I gotta pass it. Cool, sounds good, Ronnie. So we're currently coming up a little bit out of discount, but we'll see if that's legitimate or not, if we're just gonna slam down. What I am watching for is if we are gonna go up, I want to see if we can get back above where the put wall is currently sitting on Tanuki at 28,750. Right up here. Otherwise, any of this can just be like a corrective move before we slam down harder, so. But we're gonna be a little careful since it's OPEX. All I need is to pass one of these evals today. Then it will be a successful day. I got 2 evals that are halfway done. Let me just pass one of them. Dude, last night before I went to bed, I went long right here. Wait, where was it? Yeah, I went long right here. Right here. It went up like 100 points. Put my stop to break even, went to bed. Thought I was about to wake up to like 250 point TP. Nope. Woke up to a break even. Woke up to a break even. I see you guys asking questions. I'll answer them in a second. I just gotta pay attention for a bit at the open. We also have Michigan sentiment today, so just be aware of that. It's at 10 a.m. Hairbird. Heat map and DOM are the same thing. It's just a different visualization of it. Pretty much. T Glicky took a 7K payout yesterday. Banger. I'll tell you about FFN in a little bit, AR. They're a pretty good firm. They've been around for a while. They were the first firm I ever traded with. They're actually one of the only firms at this point that I'm like really far net negative with them because I was like learning with their firm, right? And then I went to other firms and then I never ended up getting my get back, but we're about to get it now with these new accounts. All right, so we're dropping. We had a failed attempt to go higher. Let's see how this we got to make sure we're not about to chop right here though, so let's see how this 5-minute closes. What up, Christian? Alright, I'm gonna try and go short right here on this Lucid Evo. See if we could take it down to the lows that are sitting at 517. My stop is going to be it's gonna be pretty tight actually, because I don't want this to slam all the way back up, so I'm just gonna put it right above the 5-minute open, or the 5-minute wick. Because I don't want this to slam all the way back up. So either we should continue down to those lows right now. We are sitting at P3, but alright, so it stopped us out. We're gonna get stopped out for a $500 loss, and then we'll wait. Damn. Imagine I don't get stopped out of that. That would be actually pretty lucky. Wow. We're pretty lucky today, huh? I'm going break even. We just took the lows, so at this point we could snap back up, but we'll see if we could just like take it down to... This TP is purely based off of P&L, by the way. I was really just looking for us to take out 517. Or it's based off of profit target. Yeah, I feel you, T Glicky. I feel you. Hopefully we can hit profit target, but if not, we will just take our $260 dub. We got incredibly close to hitting our stop loss. I'm actually really... That was pure luck, dude. I'm surprised we did not get hit out of that. It's pretty crazy. We're almost there. Yeah, we probably came like a couple ticks away from hitting... I'm actually going to trail stop. We came a couple ticks away from hitting the stop loss. Pretty nutty. We just need one more push lower and we'll hit TP. And then this account will be passed. Or we come back up to trailing stop and then we'll just like lock in the rest of it later. Alright. So Lucid account is now passed. We move on. We move on to the next account. So now we're gonna focus on, now that that's done, so that was for 75 points. There may not even be an opportunity anymore, to be completely honest, until the hourly candle closes. But we need to make 1320 on this eval right now to pass this, and then we'll be 2 for 2 on evals for the day. But at the end of the day, to be honest, all I needed was, we passed one eval, we add another funded to the army. We now have 8 funded accounts. Let's try and make it 9 today, and then we'll be good. Even if we, I mean, at the end of the day, if I hit, because this is a daily loss limit, so I can't blow it today, but I can definitely hit daily loss limit on it. So we're gonna be careful. I still can't believe I didn't get stopped out of that. That was pretty crazy. My stop was like right at the top of this this 5 minute. Okay, so I'll answer your question now. So, or let me see what I missed in the chat. More about FFN. Yeah, so FFN has been around for a while. They're a healthy firm. They recently got a little bit of backlash for having slower payout times, but it's because they were changing. I asked them. It's because they were changing a payment processing system, so it makes sense. It makes sense to me. There are plenty of traders in our Discord who have pulled payouts with them. They've been around for a while. They also offer full book level 2 data with their accounts. You just have to ask to turn it on, I'm pretty sure. Or it might even just be there. I think you might have to ask though. They're a great firm. So we are partnering with them. We're not going to talk about the other firm after today. And then FFN has blessed us because they like our community and they think we're super cool, that they're going to give me a bunch of accounts to give away to you guys. So you get to, try their accounts for free if you want to give away. But they do have a really good deal going on. So that's why I keep mentioning it. Obviously, because I'm an affiliate, so when you guys pay for an account, I get a little bit of cash. No shit. But yeah. You said you use TradingView. So it's a Rhythmic data feed. So you can't connect what Eddie said. You can't connect Rhythmic to TradingView, but you can connect Rhythmic to almost any other platform. Like I trade the FFN accounts on Deep Charts, but they also have their own web-based platform. So it looks like this. They have this platform called Onyx. Oh, I can't connect it right now because it's gonna mess up everything. But if you like TradingView, their Onyx platform is literally TradingView lifted onto their own web-based platform, so you can test it out. And they also have some footprint on there. Man, we are just dropping. Christian says Asia's been good to him this week. Yeah, dude, really nice moves on Asia. For sure. For sure. Yeah, Onyx is pretty cool. They just updated it, so. Is the footprint the main thing you watch? No. It's what I watch for entering trades though, for confirmation. Where are we going? Where are we taking this down to? 350? We're finally poking our head out of this higher time frame range though. Looks like 250. Well, this point, we just gotta kind of just let it go. Bro, who is this guy Michael Valtos that you keep bringing up in the chat, bro? Is that you? Is that you doing a plug for yourself? Michael Valtos. Let me Google this guy right now. Let me see who's this important person you keep bringing up. Oh, Michael Valtos' Orderflows? Nah, yeah, he's legit. Michael Valtos, yup. I didn't know that was his name. That is the OG. That is the OG. Actually, when I first started learning Orderflow, he was one of the only YouTubers that even posted content about Orderflow. This is before Andre Simi and all these, and people like me and all these other influent people that, you know, post on YouTube or whatever about Orderflow. There was none of that. It was literally Axiom, ATAS's platform, and Orderflows. But I just didn't know his name was Mike Valtos. But yeah, no, he's legit. He is legit. That's so funny. I thought you were just talking about some random dude. Yes, he is definitely the OG. So that was a very good recommendation. So yeah, I'm probably not going to trade any of the fundeds today. I'm just going to work on this eval. Then I'll probably just be done. We either hit daily loss limit on this eval, or we hit profit target and pass it. It would be very nice if we can end on a Friday being 2 for 2. Bro, have you guys seen those 250k accounts that Top Step gave out, or that Top Step was doing? Crazy. They look kind of good though. They're $500 though, but they look pretty good. $10,000 daily, $10,000 loss limit, $5,000 daily loss limit, $15,000 profit target, $25,000 payout cap. I don't know, dude. If you're looking to scale pretty aggressively, that's kind of a pretty fire account to get. I'm gonna be real. Is there a way to get free deep charts? Yes, there actually is. You can buy a Phidias. So this is the method, okay? You can buy a Phidias account. It's like $50 with code Spaghetti. Spaghetti is spelled like our dear leader. Our dear leader in here. Spaghetti. Code Spaghetti on Phidias. And they will actually give you the platform to download as well as a license key. All the other platforms push you towards like volumetric or web-based, which is not really deep charts. Oh, they give you ATAS too? Interesting. So what I did in the beginning before I got deep charts, because I wanted to test it out without having to pay 3 months in advance, like pay 3 months in advance, I bought a Phidias account, and then I connected all my other you just have to have the Phidias account, but you can connect all your other connections to it, which was pretty cool. Our sovereign leader, yes. The supreme leader. Spaghetti. He's the founding father. Yeah, Christian, you can connect your. So what I used to do is I used to have a Phidias account, get the platform, not even trade the Phidias account really. I would get their 10k. I think it was a 10k static. One of their static accounts. They're actually pretty good accounts. They're cash accounts. 25k. It was 25k static. They're pretty good actually. Phidias is pretty cool. And then they give you the platform, and then I would get accounts with like the firm that shall not be named, and then other firms, and I just connect them all to the deep charts. And then I thought that it was throttled, like I thought there were some things I was missing out on or whatever. So then I actually purchased deep charts, only to find out that basically Phidias gives you the entire platform. The only thing they don't give you obviously is their heat map, like deep charts' heat map, which is an add-on, and bubbles. You know what I mean? Like, just, it's still footprint though. Like, they just don't give you some of the indicators. That's it. But it does its job. Unless you want to pay 300 bucks for some bubbles, right? At that point, you might as well just get ATAS. Well, you know what? Orderflow, Rees, it is a lot of data. You know, these platforms are not necessarily easy to create, so it makes sense that they're all paid. But if you want to mess around with some order flow, FFN, here, let me show you guys. Let me actually show you guys. So FFN has Onyx. Onyx literally looks like this, okay? It looks like TradingView, okay? Onyx will look like, this is Onyx platform. Here, let me see if it's easier to show you guys. So, you see this? This is the Onyx platform with FFN. It's basically TradingView, but they have a footprint chart. They have a footprint chart, and this is free. So if you really wanted to use it, you absolutely could. And you can try and like learn your order flow stuff and mess around with their settings. It's pretty cool. I don't use it though because I mean, I pay for like a gang of accounts, you know, or a gang of like platforms, you know what I mean? So we're coming all the way back up right now. We'll see how far this actually goes. And we'll see if we're gonna actually come all the way back up. I'm really at this point, just so you know, I'm waiting for this hourly to close. I'm watching this hourly candle. Hey Thrax, glad I can finally make it stream. I've been using your A-test setup and I love it. I will ask though, I watched your vid on footprints and I'm still struggling. Any tips? Struggling with what? This is what you gotta do, right? You gotta read every single number in here. You gotta read every single number as they hit the bid and the ask. It's the only way. Nah, it's chill. You don't have to read all these numbers. Looks complicated, but you really don't. You're looking for like something that's significant, right? So that's why I have bold numbers, big trades. I'm looking at the volume profile. Reading absorption? Well, I actually have a video on absorption. Have you seen it? It's just a lot of aggression, a lot of participation with no price progression. All right. Yeah, you should watch it. Is this the start of the never-ending long for a Friday? This hourly is getting close to flipping bullish. So we got 2 people in the chat asking how they can learn order flow. So there's this guy that super handsome, super charming. He goes by Thrax Trades. He makes these videos on YouTube. Honestly, he might just be like one of the greatest of all time. So you could watch his YouTube videos that he makes, spends all this time on, and he just posts it for free on YouTube, just out of the kindness of his heart, because he's such a nice guy. You can watch those. This is a pretty strong move up. The 15-minute looks pretty we're gonna wait for this hourly open. We have Michigan sentiment. We're just looking for an easy opportunity. To try and pass this account. So we can be 2 for 2 on the day with evals. And then after that, depending on, so basically we're gonna trade this eval. If there's an opportunity, we're either gonna hit daily loss limit on it or we're gonna pass it. And then we're gonna do the giveaway for 5 accounts. And then I'm gonna get off. Even though we're coming up like this, I am still paying attention to 750, around 750 area. Although this is looking pretty good. And if we do come up, then I'd be looking for us to actually, if we come up and we can get above 750 and accept above 750 and buyers reclaim that level, then we could be potentially making our way up towards Asia's range again. Did anyone catch these longs? Because I sure did not. Oh, what up, Kill? Kill, are you back from China, bro? Or are you trading in China right now? You're back in California. There we go. Ooh, and he hit a banger. All right, here we go. This is Michigan Sentiment. This is an hourly open. Four-hour open. Gianni, what did you even ask, bro? You made 1587. Will they still give me a past account? You should just lose. You should just lose like $40. You know how to do that though, Gianni, right? What do you mean you can't? All you gotta do if you're on Top Step is go set your brackets to $10 and $10, like a $10 TP, $10 stop loss, and then just enter in 40 micros. Doesn't matter which direction. Oh. Man, we are just squeezing higher right now. We're at the 750 area. This is important. Yeah, if your balance is at $3,009, you should just leave it where it is and just see if they're gonna pass the account or not. And if they don't pass the account, you just gotta make like another $40 or something. Am I gonna take a short if it rejects 750? No. What a move, though. Jeez. Jeez. What I'm looking for is potentially continuation longs. Could you please tell me how you manage funded accounts? Do you leave a buffer in the account? It depends if I'm net positive or not for the month. If I'm not net positive, I just take whatever I can get so that I'm not losing money to the firms for the month. If that makes sense. If I'm already up on the month, I'll try and build the balance a little bit. So what I'm looking for right now, just so you guys know, is I want to see a pretty strong closure on this 5 minute. And then I'd be looking for the next 5 minute to open up, push back. I'd like to see aggressive selling activity fail. And if we begin to flip bullish, I'm going long. Continuation. Targeting 825. Gianni, I would just do the standard one. Gianni, I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's up to you. That sounds like the beginning of every crash out that I've ever heard. Oh, we missed 33418. We missed it, bro. Unless you took it. The 1 minute fair value gap. It's because this is a pretty strong move up, so if anything, I'm leaning more towards looking for longs rather than, because if it does get, there's just more room to the upside in terms of what we could potentially do. If we come down, I would actually see if there's an opportunity for us to retrace and then take a long again. I would just prefer to take longs here in this area. We're like deep. We're deep in this area. We just swept lows of the range. We could potentially be mean reverting back into the range. So I just much rather look for a long position. But you know, if it does reject out of here and we just slam down, then it is what it is. But I would rather not take it. This is a lot of aggression to the upside. Unless it just goes and runs this and doesn't give me an opportunity to get in, then it's fine. Is 2K on the live account better than making 4K on an XFA? I don't know. I mean, live accounts are always better because that's like your money. 4K on an XFA is pretty good though because you only paid a certain amount for that account, so your losses are capped. You can, if you lose 2,000, you actually lose 2,000 in live account. So, did I take any trades today? Yes, I took shorts off the open and passed an eval. Now we're on our second eval. We're trying to go 2 for 2 today. So we added the eighth soldier to the funded army. We're trying to add our 9th soldier to the funded army. Very nice. Those are very nice longs. No, didn't retrace like at all. Look at the 1 minute, dude. That's crazy. Looks like a Renko chart. Or what's that called? Not a Renko chart. Yeah, like a Renko chart, yeah. Or a Heikenhashi candle. Is it a Renko chart? Let me see. Yeah, like a Renko chart, yeah. Also, just a reminder, anybody in the YouTube, we're giving away 5 accounts today. After I'm going to end the stream, when I'm done trading, I'm ending the stream on the YouTube and I'm staying in the Discord and we're doing a giveaway for 5 accounts. If you want to participate, join the Discord and follow the rules in the announcements. Where's the rules and the announcements? Hell yeah. Yeah, Mohammed, that's from this year, 2026. How do people even trade with this, dude? Okay, so if we're gonna hold above here, then I am looking for us to make our way. We're almost back in Asia's range, but I would be looking for us to make our way closer up towards like 950. But it's just whether or not we're gonna get any type of opportunity. To join in on the party. Otherwise, we're just gonna get cucked on the longs. But it's okay. Why is it that anytime I try and take a long like this, it never plays out this way, and then the time that it does, I'm just not in it. Oh, we missed it, dude. This was it. The inverse fair value gap. Should have known. What a fumble, huh? No, there's legitimately no entry for me to get in this entire thing. Yeah, I was supposed to stream with a company today, but I decided not to do it. Honestly, streaming on my own stream is just way more chill. Because on other streams, like, you gotta talk. I still talk on these streams, but I get to decide when I want to talk, you know? I could be in the middle of looking for an entry, and someone's like, "So Thrax, tell us about this. Tell us about that." You know what I mean? It's like it's distracting, dude. Honestly, streaming in general is distracting. It's way easier to stream when you're not, or way easier to trade when you're not streaming. Plus, it's just way more chill hanging out with you guys. Way less cortisol. Oh, Gianni made his $162 on the day. Honestly, if we just continue our punch up all the way to 950, then I'm probably just gonna stop trading. We'll just be 1-for-1 on the day. We'll pass an eval, and then let's just not ruin a Friday. But if there's an opportunity before we get to 950, I'm gonna take it. You can't trade if you don't hear me talking. How long does it take to become a consistently profitable trader? I don't know. It's different for everybody. Some people, most people will never become a consistently profitable trader. Sorry to break it to you. Most people will never become a consistently profitable trader. But easy is right. Being profitable through prop firms is much different than being like a profitable trader with the positive expectancy over a long course of time, right? It's actually really not that difficult as long as you just stop self-sabotaging behaviors to be financially positive with firms. You can literally blow 10 accounts and get a payout on one of them and be positive. You know what I mean? It's honestly a blessing. Prop firms are the greatest thing to ever happen to retail traders. Like for me to start pulling payouts and pulling payouts every month or whatever, it took me 2 years of losing every single day. I know people who just like, I don't know, it just makes sense for them very early on, and they have a lot of self-control, and they can become consistently profitable a lot faster than that. Damn, dude. We're just not getting an opportunity to do anything. Do I use big trades? Yes, I do. If you're talking about this, okay, well, I wasn't paying attention, but this is not good for the, you know what I mean? Like this. You know what I'm talking about, M? So right now there's nothing. I can't do anything. Well, I can do something if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Sorry if it's boring, but I'm trying to wait for a decent opportunity to pass this account. I guarantee you, if I were to just try and get in longs out of nowhere, this thing will turn around on the dot. On the dot. You said, do I use big trades? Why? Is that what you're saying? Why to? Well, easy. What I was looking for is when this candle opened up, I wanted to see it push down. I actually wasn't paying attention, but because I was talking. There you go. But I was just want to hit my break even anyways. I was looking for us to push back in here. What you'd want to see is numbers lighting up on the bid, so sellers hammering into the bid back into this area aggressively, and then they fail. And then the moment it flips bullish for continuation, I would try and go long. Stop below seller, failed seller aggression. Targeting 950. We need 75 points. Actually, we need less than that. We need like 70 points to pass this account. Unless I size heavier, which I'm not going to do. So if we do retrace a little bit and there's something that I can see where I can try and go long and continue this to target 950, then we should be good. If we just like continue pushing up, where we just kind of like do some, you know, like something like this, it's okay. We'll let it go. Is anybody riding these longs, like just holding them? It'd be pretty impressive. I think we're almost at like 2,000 ticks. Yeah. It's very rare that I ever have issues with my data. Sucks. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna be back. Wait, maybe it's coming. Maybe it's coming. No, I'm gonna be back in a second. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Well, I'm happy we at least caught the shorts. I'm waiting to see if we get a pullback. If we don't get a pullback, no trade. We will just be 1 for 1 on the day. Pass an eval. It's not a total waste. It's not a waste of a day at all. So, and then we'll just do the giveaway. I'm also slightly worried though about us creating like starting to chop after a move like this. Like find value at least and balance out. You said that this is a correction for a leg deeper? Potentially. I don't think so today, though. At least not for the AM session. We're mean reverting in a range. Like, think about it like this, Nicholas. We poked our head outside the range. We have a very aggressive pushback up into it. This is really aggressive. There's really been no sign of any type of selling pressure this entire time. Okay, it's about to be 2,000 ticks. In the for us to basically like during at least the AM session. Now, so anything can happen, you know, but during the AM session for us to essentially like have this going on in higher time frames, and then we just like pivot right here and drop all the way down like another, that would be a crazy day. I don't think it's that probable that that would happen, at least within the next couple hours. Can it happen? Sure. I mean, there can always be some type of catalyst, like some type of news or something, I don't know. But what I think is gonna happen is we drifted lower all night, overnight. We took lows, we poked our head outside of the range, and we are potentially mean reverting back into the range. We're probably going to find a high, probably going to put in some type of retracement low, and then balance out. Day's going to end. And then we come back Monday. That's what I think is most probable. But I'm no fortune teller. That's just what I think. Yeah, don't take the longs purely because it can't go lower. People say that. People say that all the time. Oh, it's gone down so much. It has to go up now. Says who? Says who? It's not even analysis. That's just an opinion, you know. And that opinion will blow a lot of accounts. So you got to be careful. Now, if you did that today, you would have been a very happy camper, right? Imagine someone down here is like, oh, this can't go any lower. This is already too low. Relative to what? But they say, oh, this is too low, you know? And then they just get in longs here, and then this happened, then obviously, like, congratulations. But more often than not, that's not analysis. It's really not. Same thing for the upside. If we're pumping and we're pumping and we're pumping, and someone goes, oh, we've gone up too much, we got to turn around now. Says who? You know? Yeah, today would have banked if you took longs for sure. That was a crazy crazy pump. I mean, look at the 1 minute. It's nuts. Yeah, 10 minutes straight. A 10-minute pump for almost 250 points without a single red candle. That would have been nice to be in. You tilted and went long at the lows. You got blessed, brother. Talk about a Hail Mary. This is basically where I'd be looking for us to pull back into. Well, while we wait for this to play out, who do you guys think is going to win the World Cup? Spain or Argentina? Spain. Argentina. Argentina. People are saying Argentina. People are saying Spain. You'd bet a prop account on it for Argentina? All with the red? What does that mean? All with... I don't... What does that mean? I don't know, I'm not that good at Spanish. Todos con la roja? Michaela is from Argentina? tomorrow France and England gotta play for third place. It's probably such a bummer playing that game. At least the other teams, when they lost in the knockout stages, they just like got to go home, you know what I mean? Alright, we're starting to get a little bit of this retracement that we're looking for. I'm looking for us to dig a little deeper back into this area, and then we're going to start paying attention to see if there's an opportunity to continue longs. Messy. Nah, Ikigai, your opinion doesn't matter. You said there was no way that France was going to lose, and then they lost. And then you convinced our friend to put $2,000 on the game, and he lost. So I'm not listening to... You're actually the indicator, so whatever... Who do you think's going to win? Spain or Argentina? Because whatever you say, the other team's for sure winning. For sure winning. You said, dude, there's no way. France is not going to lose. There's no way. How do you feel about that? You're responsible for a $2,000 sports loss. How do you feel about that, Ikigai? Yeah, no, honestly, a lot of people thought France was gonna win. On the topic of FFN, why does one payment option say subscription and the other one is one time? They should just be one time. At least the steady accounts. They changed, they need to change their... They need to change their, they've been changing it around. It used to be subscription based, and then they're going one-time payments because they're removing activation fees too and all that stuff. So I think they're just changing things around right now. Oh, okay, other accounts are not one time. They did tell me they were going to make all the accounts one time, but maybe they haven't done it yet. Yeah, steady, in my opinion, the steady accounts are definitely the way to go. I want it to come down further. If it doesn't and we just go pump past these highs, I'm just... Bruh. Bruh. Alright, let's see. Let's see, because if this slams all the way down, this might be actually a deeper retracement. Like deeper than here. Yo, what happened? The poll changed? Yo, didn't we give the account to... Damn. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Is he in here? No. He's not. Damn. We didn't get what we were looking for. Bummer. Very good. Smart trades. Only smart trades? Yeah. Because what I'm also thinking right now is if we're making this move up like this, and if we fail here and we start dropping down, it could just be the beginning of like a chop, you know? Which, if we do create a chop right here, then, like, let's say this push up, we have failure, next 5 minutes slams all the way, never mind, it's probably gonna go up. But if the next 5 minute were to slam all the way back down, right, and then we see failure down here and we start zigzagging and chopping with overlapping candles on the 5 minutes, just like I don't know. We'll see if it continues with this 5 minute. If we're actually going to continue, what you want to see is the 5 minute basically to just not get back into this area. What are we thinking? I think I might just stop. I'm gonna wait for this. I'm gonna see what happens at this 15 minute if we start slamming back down into this range. Then I'm done. I'm like slightly tempted to just try and go long just because it's an eval and just like whatever, but I have a feeling this is going to be the top of a chop. All right, we're just gonna we might be actually coming back down, but we're chopping. We're probably gonna chop if there's a failure to the downside, it's for sure chop. But it already looks like we're chopping. So, well, on the 15 minute, you have all this participation that was building up here. There's also aggressive buying up here. It just failed. Maybe we should just save this eval for Monday. We'll we'll see what happens right here. And then I just want to see what the 15-minute open does, and then we'll probably just stop trading, and then we'll end the stream on the YouTube, and then we will do the giveaway and call it a week. So I'm debating right now whether to see if we're going to just stop trading, save this eval for Monday, or to see if we're about to poke our head down into here and then have seller failure, and then just even play the range, play the chop. It would be more than enough to pass the account. I would never take that. What I'm thinking of doing right now, by the way, I would never take on a funded account, but that's your fair warning if I do that. But we might not even do it, so. All right, you know what? We're going to stop. Let's not do this to ourselves on a Friday. We're going to stop. All right, YouTube stream. I'm going to get off the YouTube stream. We're going to run a giveaway in the Discord. If you want to participate, you guys have 5 minutes, and then I'm running the giveaway. So I'll catch you guys on Monday for the YouTube stream. See you later. I'm not going to trade anymore. If you are, just be careful.